Hello there, everyone. This is Phantom Duos here, and today I'm going to be doing What If Goku Was Sent to High School DxD. And before I explain anything about this What If, I'm going to be announcing something. I deleted my Discord account, and for anybody that was in my server or had me added, please, I'm warning you guys right now. Unfriend me on that account. That account of mine got hacked by a server that I joined from a friends group that I was in. A friends group kept on spamming me during my school hours. My Apple Watch kept on getting spam from Discord from somebody that kept on spamming, join my server, join my server. And because of me being curious, I joined that Discord. And then I saw what was in it. I left. As soon as I saw what was in it, I left. But because of me leaving, I didn't know that Discord would actually have some influence into your account. So basically, even if you leave, that account will still be sending that Discord will still be sending invites to almost every server you were in and to almost every friend you have. And for all my viewers that are in my friend list that I talk to, I'm just gonna name a few, like a friend of mine who is on Discord, who is called Fear. Apologizing for that mistake that Discord thing that's done to you. I deleted the account just for nothing to happen like that again because I do not want any of my viewers who have me added on Discord to be getting those same invites. So I deleted my account permanently. In 14 days or more, that account will be permanently deleted. I'll recreate another Discord from like a few hours from now. Probably I'll have another Discord created for myself until just create it, and I'll see, and I'll wait 14 days before announcing that I created another Discord server for almost every viewer that wants to join it to join. But remember, if you get message from Phantom Duo that has a picture that I don't put the new picture or the new account on my community post, I'll post a picture in my new Discord name, the picture that I use in the new Discord name and everything, but I won't give any hashtags or anything to be able to add me on the new one. But on the old one, I'm asking all of you to unfriend me, leave the server that I was in because that server is gonna be getting spam with random pictures, and that's really all I want to say. So if anybody, if you guys understand, for you guys to understand a bit more, that account got hacked by that server, but it didn't get any information or anything. It only hacked my account to be able to send a weird a weird group that I joined just to know why was I getting spam for? What was the hype about it? I joined it to see, and then I left as soon as I saw it. But just 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 know I'm asking all of you guys to unfriend me on that account, and that's really all. So yeah, if you guys do it, thank you for listening to this. But let's continue the what if. So if you guys, if once now that I got an announcement out of the way, I want you all to understand this. In this series, Goku is gonna go through a traumatized events because of the things that I have decided to written for him to become like that picture. You see why Goku Black is there? Goku's outfit. Goku's gonna have his dad's personality, which you will understand once I read the story, and he's gonna have the attitude of Goku Black. The same fear, the same smile you see on the thumbnail, Goku would have. This is basically Goku in a couple of months in the story, but you guys won't know what part of the story you will notice Goku becoming like this. But yeah, the way that I decided to write this story makes doesn't really make that sense. In my opinion, it didn't really make that much sense to me. But I decided to write it so it makes a bit more sense because I didn't really understand how was I supposed to make it. How was I supposed to make it interesting? So yeah, it may sound like a betrayal. It may sound like I made it a bit too traumatized, but not really. And to the person that told me that they wanted this what if, here it is. Sorry it took a long time for me to upload this what if, but yeah, it took a little while longer because last I didn't post for like a week because I was busy working on two what ifs at the same time and making the thumbnail, and I also had to study for tests and other things for school. I also have to work on the other things for school, but right now I'm not doing it because I'm gonna be working on it next week. So yeah, the next what if that I was working on, it would be part 3 or 4 of what if Issa was the reincarnation of Goku. But that might take me a while, but as I'll probably have it done by next week on Wednesday or Thursday with the next part of Seraph of the End or the next part of this what if, because Seraph of the End is gonna probably take me like a couple of days after next week just to make it because of the episodes is I almost have it the entire thing done. I'm literally close to the end of the series, so I'm just trying to make it as long as I can because of the amount of parts I'm making. I'm trying to at least reach part 7 of Server of the End. So if that's all I have to really say. So let's start the what if. This is what if Goku was sent to high school DxD. Gohan, Piccolo, everyone is dead. What happened? But in the next moment, Goku realized something as tears streamed down on Goku's face as he saw Chi-Chi's dead body. Goku started to scream, going through all his forms. At the moment Goku achieved his Ultra Instinct form. He kept on going and going on screaming as his white Ultra Instinct hair kept on growing and growing until oh yeah, the form that I'm about to announce is also from a YouTuber that I see who is named Lore Eisen. This form is fully his. It's not mine. I didn't randomly create it. His. His. It belongs to him, not me. So for everybody that has seen his YouTube channel, full credit for the form goes to him. Until Goku reached a form no mortal should have reached. Goku had reached a form called Super Saiyan Infinite. And what I'm talking about is the Super Saiyan Infinite lore Einstein has created that looks like Ultra Instinct, but more godly. But then Goku stopped and looked up as he saw Daishinken as Goku said, "You're dead, God." And a flashback. Go as the last thing Goku saw before the end of the flashback was him getting hit by a giant energy ball, the whole dimension disappearing, as Goku woke up as a teenager, but in a forest in the middle of nowhere, where he somehow grew his tail back, as Goku said, "Gohan, Goten, Chi-Chi," waking up in sweat, as he said, "Why, just why did that form fail on me?" As Goku screamed this out loud and hit a tree, breaking it, but then Goku remembered something as he fell to the ground, holding his head. Son Goku, I cannot let you die just yet. For now, I'll send you somewhere where he won't find you. But one day he will find you, and he will eliminate the last survivor of Senel's multiverse. He spoke, but in return, I'll give you the powers of all your loved ones. But you will return to a young age because of this. But until we meet again, the person disappearing, ending Goku's flashback, but Goku woke up in tears, thinking, "So I have Gohan's powers?" As Goku looked up in a tears, smiling at the sky, having the memories of his son, thinking about his family. As Goku decided to train and understand the way Gohan unlocked his powers, but he trained the way his son trained in his own way. To remember Vegeta got his power through hard training just like him. Then after a couple of hours of training, Goku's sadness and rage got to him, making him release his anger, making him turn into Super Saiyan 1 and 2 as Goku's rage started to shake the entire planet. But before it ended, Goku reached Super Saiyan 3 because of the power of Gohan and Broly. Yes, this happened right when everything happened after the Broly movie where Goku went and talked to everything. Yeah, even this also happened after Dragon Ball Superheroes. I know, so you're gonna understand why. As he Super Saiyan 3 because of the power of Gohan and Broly as he stops and smiles, understanding that the only reason he was able to get his old forms back and not having to train at least 16 years like he did back then was because of his friend's Broly's power and potential, while also remember his own son's potential, which was given to him. As we all know, Gohan's potential and Broly's potential combined in one could probably create a monster, and yeah, that's the reason why I gave it him. I am not creating a monster. This is why I only gave him Super Saiyan 3. Do not shock me in the comments saying, "Wow, this guy just made an overpowered monster." So this is a part that I stopped myself in. So you guys need to answer my questions in the comments for this. I'm not going to give Goku Beast until people are fine with that. So people in the comments have to at least agree with me giving Goku this form that Gohan has, which is Gohan Beast. As we all know, the movie is a couple of months old already, or not a couple, like 2 or 1 month. So we all should know that Gohan has a form called Beast. And I want to know if all of you guys are fine with me giving Gohan's probably last or final form. I don't think this is Gohan's last form, but yeah, I'm trying to understand if you guys are fine with me giving Goku the Beast form because he has the potential and the power of Gohan. So in the comments, I would like you guys to tell me if you're fine with that. Goku then went back to his base and started to walk around the forest, as he was then stopped by a girl's voice, as she said, "Who are you?" But Goku then looked at her and said, "I'm Goku." When Goku said that, she showed her face, and we see Ria's glimmering. Keep this in mind. This is after the first few episodes of High School DxD. So right now we're a few episodes behind the Kokubio fight. So we're basically a couple of season 1 or 2 where we meet where there was two black hooded girls talking to Rios. I think this was after the Kiba Holy Sword problem. No, this is the Holy Sword arc. Yeah, yeah, that. Then after a few, Issei was standing right next to Rias, and everyone else was also. As Goku said, "What do all of you want with me?" As Goku, because of everything that happened to him, he has gotten his father's attitude or personality, but he still is a caring person. But he is hiding it behind a mask of sadness, anger, and rage, not being able to use a form that could have probably end the bastard Daishinken that destroyed his multiverse, and probably still is on a rageful attack towards killing Zeno. As Goku was saying that through his mind, Ria spoke, saying, "We would like you to come with us." And Goku then responded, "Why do I have to go with you?" Issei then spoke because he was getting annoyed about how many questions and how quiet Goku was staying because and then Issei spoke because you just randomly made the world shake, making both hell and heaven feel it. But Goku just said, "I don't really care," as he went back to training. But Issei just went into his male scale and attacked Goku. Goku saying if he I don't know, sorry, and attacked Goku. Goku staying. Then Issei went on. No, sorry. Then Issei went to attack Goku and then said, "I'll bring him unconscious." No one trying to stop him, but Goku just turned around and said, I don't feel like I should use this." As Goku used Ultra Instinct Omen and dodged all the attack all the attacks, but also hit his Issei in the guts, knocking him out. Before anyone can see what happened, Goku went back to normal and Issei was in the floor. Goku then grabbed Issei, threw him at Kiba, who caught Issei, and Rhea said, "If you follow us, we can get you food." Realizing Goku had to hunt for his food, but because of that offer, Goku said, "Okay." Goku Goku then went back to the club room of the Grimmery family. After a few minutes of walking, they got there. Goku went outside and said, "I'll be right back." As he used instant transmission and came back with a large amount of fish and ate them. As Rhea started to ask questions to Goku about where he is from and how he was in that forest, Goku at first said, "I just woke up there, and I'm from somewhere far away from here." As Rhea said, "Okay, Goku, how old are you?" Goku didn't know how old he was until he remembered he is the same age as his son when he was in high school, or in the Buu saga, which is a 16-year-old Gohan. Then Goku said, I am a 16-year-old kid," and kept on eating his food. But then Rhea said, "A 16-year-old with the power to shake the planet," as she then looked at her group and
Set
they
to High School
nodded at
DxD
her.
Part 2.
This is where I'm gonna be.
So we start when Rhea saw that they all agree. She told Goku, I have an offer for you. How about you join me and we can help you reach what you want the most. As Goku looked up at the sky and reached for the moon, which seemed to not be there, but he could see it. As he said, "I want to get stronger. If you can help me get the strength, I'll join you, Rias." When Rias heard he agreed, she smiled and said, "Good. Now Goku, you are now a demon, but since you didn't die, you are just a hybrid between a demon and your kind." But yet, I'm not making Goku a demon. He's just gonna be himself. I am not doing anything broken by making him become a demon. But if you guys want him to become a demon, I'll see through the comments to check if you do or if people want him or not. It's your choice on this one. Then we continue. Issei then go no not Issei. Then Goku looked at her and said, "Okay, if you need me, I'll be at the forest where you found me in." But before Goku could leave, Ria said, "Goku, how about you go to the school and be a student with Issei and us?" Goku then said, "No, I'm good. I'm good." Issei looks to be very weird compared to people I met before, which he's speaking about everyone in Universe 7, which I think is the school's fault. We all know why he thought we all know what he's talking about. Issei's habits. Ria's Grimmery, don't involve me with your other members. I have my own reasons to join or not to join that weird school. Ria then looked shocked at what she heard from Goku, but then Goku then stared at Issei and spoke, "Grow up, Issei Hyodo." As Goku left to train, Goku over time is starting to have less and less feelings towards anybody because of losing everyone to one person, who probably already destroyed Seno and became the ruler of the multiverses. Goku thought there was no trace of God Ki or Ki in this world, but he managed to find a trace while flying. But we can, but we then see Goku in front of a portal that just opened in the middle of the sky. As Goku said, "Who are you?" The unknown person then spoke. Well, this world hasn't been destroyed by him yet. As he noticed Goku in front of him, he then said, "Are you by any chance Son Goku?" Goku then nodded at him. The person smiled under his hooded face, which he then said, "Well, I guess I have to give you this and help you understand something." Then Goku caught the thing the unknown person threw at him, and it was clothing that was from his world. But before anything could happen, Goku was knocked out by the unknown person. As Goku opened his eyes and saw the man who ended his loved ones' lives. As he spoke, "Well, Goku, it seems like you have reached a form of power strong enough to destroy me, but it also looks like you can't control it," said the person. As Goku realized he was back in the past before anything could happen to him. Before Goku could move, he saw everything and saw how he and his father were both killed, or seemed like it inside of a giant attack, as as both of them smile at their deaths when they failed or tried at protecting their families or their world. But then Goku woke up in cold sweat. When Goku woke up in cold sweat, he was in the same location again, with the hooded men sitting down next to a fireplace that he created, waiting for Goku to wake up. As Goku then said, "Who are you? And what are you doing? What are you doing here?" Goku then stared at the person. As the person said, "Well, son Goku, I am a time traveler. Before you say anything, I'm not Trunks or anyone you know. I'm a time traveler that basically managed to survive the wrath of you know who. which I believe I said the enemy that ended Goku's life, that brought him to this world's name. I forgot. If I did, I would really appreciate if one of you guys could comment if I did or not. But I will say it in this part. I was I was one of the survivors in my timeline of the attack of Daishinkan. I was able to travel back in time, but I saw the time portal in my dimension brought me here to you. As he showed his face to be someone similar to Goku, as Goku then looked at him and said, you're Goku Black." As he then said, "Wait, I'm not. I'm you, but from a different timeline that was never brought to this world." And yes, before any of you guys comment, wait, how is this working out? What is it gonna teach him? I'm not making him fuse or anything with him. I'm just I just brought him into this timeline for he can tell Goku a few things and give him his old his old suit from his timeline. So yeah, as the unknown person was shown to be Goku Black, but in the other timelines, as Goku spoke, "So you're me." Yes and no, the other person said. I'm you, but I'm also not you. I'm basically you from a timeline that got his own. How can I say this to you, Goku? Since you're really dumb, let me think. As Goku said, "Hey, go." Then he said, "Sorry, sorry, sorry. Average. You're averagely smart." Okay, that's better. Goku then spoke. Then Goku Black spoke. "I'm you, but basically the version of you which turned evil and then learned good once he was closely destroyed by Daishinkan. Yes, I know you got annihilated as I saw you screaming. Yeah, pretty horrible." As Goku just looked at the floor and said, "Wow, I got embarrassed sleeping." As this person then spoke, "I came to tell you a few things. I would recommend you to train as much as you can in this world. That power that you used against Daishinkan to somehow manage to even out the playing field of power was good enough to defeat him, but it wasn't enough since you somehow have a problem of unlocking powers and not being able to maintain them for a long time." As Goku then said again, "Another thing that embarrasses me, not being able to control my powers in the right amount of times." And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, watch when Goku unlocked his Ultra Instinct. He literally got to a limit that made him lose the form in like a couple of 10 to 15 minutes of the episode, as I remember. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong, but it was like that. As the Goku Black then spoke, yep, I managed to unlock the form as well, but there's a problem. I was only able to defeat him, but the form cost me a limit, which permanently made me not be able to use it, as I had it to keep on fighting through the pain of breaking through the realm of the gods on the level of Seno-sama. Seno-sama's level is basically with that form. If you want to reach the Army King's level, you'll basically have to reach that form and break the limit. As Goku said, so the power is equal to the Army King. As Goku Black then nodded. He then continued saying, "And the third thing is, before I get tracked down by the Time Patrol, that is, one more thing. Once I return to my world, I'm going to disappear. I'm going to give you my time rings." And then Goku says, "What are you doing with the time rings? You're starting to remind me of Goku Black." As he then said, "Wait, I used to be a villain, remember? The time rings, I stole them. And as I traveled through time, I stole all 5 of the time rings and all 5 of my fingers. So I basically have all 5 of them. I'll give you the 5 on my right hand here." as he threw them all on Goku, and Goku caught them and put them on. And he then said, "And I'll give you both of my earrings." As he then threw one earring at him and said, "This would be for one day whenever you need it. If we meet again, we'll become one. But until now, but for now, Goku, this is goodbye. That's all I could give you the information I can." As Goku then said, "Wait." As Goku saw his evil version that became good was being erased from existence. As Goku then said, "Wait, did Daishinken live? Is he still alive in this dimension?" As he smiled, as the evil Goku, or quote unquote evil Goku dash good, said, I don't know. I didn't get to see the time where that happens." As he disappeared from existence, the Time Patrol managed to track his timeline. Yeah, this Time Patrol is more broken than the ones from Xenoverse. As then Goku said, "Huh, his clothing are still there, and the earrings and the rings." If you guys don't want me to give Goku the time rings, it's your choice. I don't really mind, but I'm just giving him these time rings to add a bit more plot to his training for revenge and for the high school DxD world. So basically, Goku then put the time rings on and said, "Huh, I'm not gonna use them. I'm just gonna keep them in my hands as a reminder of as a reminder that a version of me was able to get revenge for everyone, even though he was evil." As Goku was training, as I said last episode, Goku was able to get Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 2, Gohan's version of Super Saiyan 2, which was much stronger than Goku's. And as I read in the comments of last episode, you guys actually gave me permission to give him Beast form, which I have to. If I'm gonna give him Beast form, I'm gonna have to go through Ultimate Gohan and Potential Unleash, or Ultimate Gohan into Beast. Then Goku then trained through maintaining calm and maintaining the wrath of his tail through the moon, which this was a process of a couple of days. And in this couple of days, it was a short break. None of the episodes are going to happen in this break, which is going to be 9 days. Goku was able to get the ultimate form, Gohan's Potential Unleashed, the ultimate form, and was close to unlocking Beast. But with the ultimate form, we all know Goku could be strong enough to take care of basically Michael. But I don't really know if Goku might need the ultimate form to get rid of Michael or anybody from the angel realm or the demon realm. As Goku then kept on training until a certain part, which was on the last day of his training, he managed to get a glimpse of Beast. He got a glimpse of Beast as he then, for 2 minutes, he was in the Beast form. As Goku then said, "Wow, this power is close to Super Saiyan." I'm just gonna give it a guess how close Beast Gohan is close to in the scaling of Super Saiyan God to Super Ultra Instinct. I'm gonna say Super Saiyan Blue. I might be wrong, but it's what I think. The Beast form is, as he said, "Wow, this form is close to Blue. I don't really need to unlock Blue then." As Goku, before anything could happen, being in this form released a lot of energy, which was shaking the planet and then shaking the whole universe. As when Goku notices he deactivated, his form left him. Goku then said, "Wow, I guess I got a long way to go then." Yes, I'm not making Goku straight away broken. So then we go to where Goku keeps on training, and then he gets teleported by Rias. Yes, through Force, he gets teleported to Rias. As Rias then said, "Well, Goku, you came in time." Rias forced Goku to appear at their club, as we see two unknown people who were revealed to be Zenobia and Irene arrive at the research club, both to inform Rias and everybody else about their purpose in town, which is to retrieve the stolen Excalibur swords, and to issue them a warning not to interfere with their work. Upon leaving, Zenobia notices Asia, who was previously known as the Holy Maiden, before calling her a witch and shaming her for becoming a devil, even going as far as to attempt an exorcism on her. As she went to attack her, but before anything could happen, Goku powered up and made the whole room shake. As Goku said, "Right now I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the best mood for anyone to attack anybody in this room. So if you don't want to meet God, and I mean dead, not alive, you better not move or hurt her, because I will make you suffer." As everyone was very scared of Goku, which then made Zenobia decide to leave Asia alone. But then after a while, Goku said, "I'm going to go. If they come back, tell me. If I don't respond, drag me here again. If you want, I don't really care." But then Goku disappeared from everyone's eyes, making them wonder the anger or the power what this one kid has. But then we see Issei decided to assist Kiba in his endeavors of seeking revenge against the Excalibur's swords. But after a while, everyone in the club planned on starting their search for Zenobia and Irene. Before finding them on the street, the trio then forms an alliance with the two exorcists, helping them retrieve the Excalibur swords, while handing them one so that Yuto can destroy it. Kiba, touched by Issei and Konoko's actions, agreed to accept the help of the two, thanking them for their assistance. As we then see Goku being dragged back to the club, then him asking, "What do you need?" As Rias then said, "We're planning to destroy the Excaliburs," but Goku just fell to sleep on the couch. As Isis and the others counting their search for Fred and the remaining Excalibur fragments. But after a couple of minutes, they found that the Fred is lurking around an abandoned warehouse, which was previously used by the stray devil, Visor. Kiba then engages Fred in a one-on-one combat until Issei, Saji, and Konoko intervene, giving Kiba a numerical advantage. However, before they can finish Fred off for good, suddenly an elderly man appears, introducing himself as, let's just call him V, because I cannot pronounce his name. With some advice from V, Fred manages to get better control of his Excalibur, thus causing the situation to be in his favor. However, before he can overpower Kiba and the group, the arrival of Zenobia and Irene ruins Fred's plans and saves the group. As Goku sees them leaving from the sky, he then decided to he didn't do anything. Then we see everyone went to meet the club room, as Issei and Saji are punished by. But then Rias decides to punish Goku. But before anything could happen, Goku disappears. Which we all know, if this Goku has more rage and more anger than the one in the anime, which was super ass friendly, I don't think you're gonna be able to catch this Goku. Leaving Rias to get a wondering look from Sona and Akano, as she said, I can't control him. He can probably kill all of us." But then Sona said, "It's impossible. He's just a human." Rias then spoke, "You might be right." The next day, when Rias, Akano, and Konoko dispatch their representative familiars throughout the city in order to search for Kiba and Zenobia and Irene, where they find an injured Irene lying outside the town's outskirts. After healing her with Asia's help, one of the members takes Irene to a residence for further treatment. Fred once again appears, this time revealing that he now has the possession of 4 Excalibur swords ever since he has stolen Irene's Excalibur mimic. As Goku was nowhere to be found, no one worried about it, as he then introduces his boss, Kokubio, one of the leaders of the Fallen Angels, to Issei and his friends. Kokubio then reveals his true motives behind his stealing of the Excalibur, which is to ignite yet another great war amongst the 3 factions. Disappointed that Michael only sent Grunt's exorcist to stop, and Kokobio decides to target the devils of Koa Academy in order to force the hand of the 4 Satans. After the fallen angel leader uses a small attack as a diversion, Issei and the others head back to the school to prepare for upcoming battle with Kokubio. Meanwhile, Koa Academy, V and Fred are shown to be inside a magical circle undergoing an unknown ceremony. But then we see Kiba and Zenobia overlooking the situation from afar. But then we see Goku staring at everyone down from the sky saying, "I'll help in a little while. Right now I have to master my rage and I need to learn how to harness the power I get from the moon. But until everything gets bad, I won't interfere." But we're going to have a flashback to when Goku learns how much potential he has because of his son and his friends, which I'm talking about is Gohan and Broly. We all know, being the legendary Super Saiyan, your potential is basically not readable and impossible to know. As we then see Sona and her team creating a barrier surrounding Koa Academy, while Rias and the team prepare for the upcoming battle against Kokubio. This battle begins with Kokubio summoning several henchmen, demons, to attack against the Grimmery team, which they successfully defeat with the help of Zenobia. During that time, however, V successfully ends up combining the 4 Excalibur's fragment into one. But then he also triggers a self-destructive magic circle scheduled to activate in 20 minutes while a mystery young man watches all of the development from afar. But even though all of these events are happening, we have not heard anything from Goku or know what he's up to, as Rias and Akano then attempt to battle with Kokubio, but are overwhelmed by the latter's massive power. Meanwhile, Kiba confronts V, learning the truth of the Holy Sword Project, and with the help. And yes, the Holy Sword Project is still the same as the anime. I'm not planning on changing that. And with the help of his friends from both the past and the present, Kiba successfully managed to obtain his balance breaker, the Sword of the Betrayer. As Goku said, "Wow, they're getting stronger. They probably don't need me. But until that fallen angel makes a move, I won't do anything." As Goku was just watching everything happen, as we then see Kiba fighting V. The fight continues on and on until Kiba finally manages to defeat V. In this series, V is defeated by Kiba. Then we continue as we see Kokubio saying, "What in the world?" In his head, he was just like, "What? How?" As we continue with the series, Kokubio just sends out more and more of his henchmen to attack everybody. Then we continue when Kokubio confidently tells the club and that Issei can transfer his power to anyone. Issei preparing to transfer his power to Rias in return. Yeah, I don't know why Issei would do that. He was literally told that by a villain. Issei transfers his powers to Rias, who then processes to attack Kokubio, but to no avail. Akano then also tries to attack Kokubio, but fails to deal much damage as well. Realizing Akano is the daughter of a fallen angel leader, Kokubio makes fun of Rias, claiming that she has the same habit of taking in weird people, much like her brother. As Goku is just laughing from the sky. Angered by Kokubio's insults, Issei decides to fight Kokubio himself, causing Kiba, Zenobia, and Konako to fight Kokubio in order to buy time for Issei to boost his power. However, before anything could happen, everybody in the club was attacked by Kokubio, and they were like, "Wow, you're all weak." As Goku then appears before the last attack of Kokubio could hit, Goku then deflects the attack with his hand and says, "Wow, this is getting interesting." As Goku then appears in front of Kokubio and slaps him once in the face, sending him flying to the floor. Still in base form, just like his tail's floating around, not around his waist like Bardock would normally have it. It's just floating as Goku then goes into a super into a full Super Saiyan state, which is really much more, which is not that powerful, so it won't affect Kokubio that much. As he then appears in front of Kokubio and says, "You really are weak." As he then hits Kokubio by flicking his hand, sending him flying straight to the moon, as Kokubio then crash into the moon, as Goku then said, "And home run." But then everybody was like, "Goku, turn around." Issei then manages to boost himself to the point where he got into his balance breaker form, which we all know is with Goku. I don't really know how strong that is. No, with Issei I can't really say how strong it is. As then we see Goku saying, "Okay, time to go." Goku then disappear, leaving Issei to handle this guy. As we then hear Issei strongly states his dream of becoming a harem king, and along with Rias in Issei manages to rekindle his friend's fighting spirit by attacking Kokubio, which it already happened because Goku just easily sent a fallen angel to the moon. But however, before the fight could continue, the barrier field surrounding the school ground is destroyed as a new figure descends from the skies, naming himself. We then see the figures appear, naming himself as the White Dragon Emperor Albion. The newcomer then proceeds to defeat Kokubio when Kokubio finally came back from being sent to the moon. As the White Dragon Emperor says, "Who is that person who attacked you? Speak right now." As Kokubio said, "I don't know who he was," as he kept on tearing off his wings before negating the self-destruct spell that was previously cast on the school. He then collects Kokubio and Freds from the school grounds and leaves with them in order to make them be, especially Kokubio, answered for their crimes. But then glad that the battle is over, Sona and her team continue to fix up the school, while Kiba, having truly managed to get rid of over his past with the help of his friends, swears fealty to Rias once more, vowing to serve her alongside her other servants. But then we see Goku looking down at the world, smiling, saying, "They're finally getting stronger." But then Goku makes a worried face as he said, "I wonder what happened to my world." But then far away to where Goku is located, we see a figure appear saying, "So this is where he is supposed to be located, right?" We then see the figure next to him nodding. "Let's see how long you can live, son Goku." But then the next day, both Issei and Asuya were surprised to see Shinovia appearing in the research club, wearing a Koa Academy uniform. Shinovia reveals that after learning the truth about God's death, she reincarnated into a devil as Ria's knight, and apologized to Asuya for her earlier rude remarks about her past. But then after a few minutes of talking, Shinovia asked, "Where's the guy with the tail?" As Ria said, "You will meet him later with everyone else." But Issei is later then seen playing video games with his client, who reveals himself as the fallen angel's governor, Azazel, much to Issei's surprise. But then after that happens, we go back to Goku, where he is meditating on a rock at the top of Mount Everest. But before anything could happen, Rias drags Goku out of the mountain. As Goku spoke, "Here we go again. What in the world do you want, Rias?" As he notices Shinovia and says, "You again, why are you here? If you don't mind explaining." But then Shinovia starts explaining everything and why she is there with them. As Goku said, "Okay." Then Goku got up and looked at her and said, "Welcome to the group, but it's time for me to leave." As Goku left the room, leaving a blushing Shinovia. As I need you guys to know, I don't know the ship for this what if, so you guys pick. But after that, everything went on as in the anime. But then we skip a few hours later, we're back at the club. Sursax and Grafia arrive at the club room to greet Rias and her purge. But then after a few looks at everyone, Sursax realized Goku wasn't there and asked, "Where is Goku, Rias?" After hearing that question, before anyone could do anything, Goku appeared behind Sir Sex with his with within his Super Saiyan 6 form. Yes, this is a new form that I just created by adding two random powers of the people Goku once trained with, which is a form Goku created with Broly's and Vegeta's power. As we all know, Ultra Ego should have probably been a combination of a Hakaishin form like Topo, but this is my own form of it. As you can see, the form keeps Goku in his base form, but his eyes are colored purple and his tail was purple, and he has signs written all over his body, from chest to core, because his shirt was destroyed. As everyone jumped away from Goku, but before we can do anything, we are going to go back to before anything close to Super Saiyan 6 happens. We can see Goku as his hair was going through all of his forms until he reached his Berserk state, which is Broly's Berserk state before he goes into his legendary Super Saiyan form. He managed to control it. Then Goku decided to test two powers fused together. When Goku did this, his power went out of control and he released a lot of anger, making him unlock Super Saiyan 6. As Goku was under control of his power, all that power, as he decided to show everyone. The form is like this. It's Broly's base form when his eyes go green, but instead Goku's eyes are purple. He has the Topo Hakaishin marks all over his chest, but they're purple, not like the anime like Topo's, but they're purple, and his tail's purple. But then he has a combination of both God of Destruction power and Broly's power in one. But it's not that broken. Goku can be using it all the time if he doesn't want to run out of energy quick, since this is his first time using it. So, as everyone, this is where we go back to present time, where Goku scares everyone in his Super Saiyan 6. As Goku said, "Hello there, but who are you?" Going back to his base form, as Xerxes then said, "I'm Rios' older brother. Nice to meet you, Goku." As Goku nodded at him and looked at Rios and said, "Anything happened?" As Rios nodded at him, which gave Goku the signal to leave and go back to training. But we then skip a few minutes later, as we then hear Sir Sex revealing that he was there for Rios' class observation day, and to investigate the place that will be used as the place for the meeting for the three fractions. Sir Sax and Grievia then head off to the Hyodo's residence to greet Issei's parents, and Sir Sax agreed to spend a night in Issei's room. The next day, Rios leaves the Hyodo residence earlier to guide Sir Sax and Grievia, while Asia goes to Zenobia's apartment, leaving Issei to walk alone to school. As everything went on to the anime, we continue the what if. Then this is where Issei meets a young man who is named Vali, who then explains himself to be the White Dragon Emperor. Vali continues to approach Issei, but he is then stopped by Kiba and Zenobia. Upon this, Vali revokes them by claiming that if they can beat the likes of Kokubio, then they would stand no chance against him. But then Goku appeared behind him, holding his pawn out, saying, "But I do." As a mass ball of energy appeared in front of Goku's hand and said, "You got 2 seconds to explain what do you want." As then Vali looked at it and said, "Ah, so you're him." Then Vali, started asking Issei his questions about what rank does he think he's on. Then he replies that he must be in 4-digit range when it comes to rank, due to his incomplete balance breaker. Vali then tells Rios, who was with Goku, appear. Then he tells Rios to neuter Issei properly and leaves after saying that, as he looks at Goku and says, "Goodbye, strange person." As he disappears, Goku then pulls away, disperses the attack and says, "Huh, that was no fun." Then Goku disappears and Ria stays there. Then we continue as we see everyone resting in the sick room after meeting Vali. Issei asks Drake about his relationship with Albion. Drake then explains about the history of the Heavenly Dragons and how they ended up in their current state. Back in his classroom, Issei once again puts into a commercial situation due to Stonovia's lack of common sense, making him run away from the classroom. He then sees Ryo and Nakano talking with Stonovia and Tatsubaki, discussing their meeting with Valley earlier, then their concern about the upcoming class observation. The day of the class observation, after finishing his class, Issei meets up with Rias and Nakano until they hear about someone cosplaying in the gym room. Heading there, Issei meets Seraphifal Leviathan, Sona's older sister and the current Satan with the title of Leviathan. Back at the Hyoto residence, Issei's father, Rias' father, and Sir Sax are seen enjoying the videos that they took during the class observation, causing Rias to run away in embarrassment, especially after Sir Sax's comments. Issei then follows Rias and the two share another intimate moment until Asiya opens the door and says that Rias is not being fair. Rias replies that one thing that she has learned from Akano is being aggressive in a romantic pursuit. Oh god, I'm actually regretting saying these words. Making Asiya reply that she would just have to take him by force if such a need arise. Sir Sax, however, interrupts and makes them stop fighting and gives Rias permission to unseal her bishop.